Okay, let's begin. This is your empty Ableton Live project. We'll start from scratch. Let's start from setting up the tempo, which is 126. Then creating a MIDI clip. In that MIDI clip, let's draw a note. Let's draw A1, sorry, A0. And then let's shorten the loop length to 1 beat. And this is our MIDI information that's gonna trigger our kick. Let's create kick from scratch. Let's drag an instance of Serum. Then see, we got sounds coming, and let's choose a sound wave. I like this dB sign, analog, whatever. Just sounds alright. And we need to assign an envelope to a coarse pitch of this oscillator. We're basically assigning that, and then we go into matrix because we don't want the envelope to go both ways. We Alt Shift and click this arrow, and it will only go one way. Alt Shift, that's on Mac, by the way. I'm not sure what's the command on Windows. So then it's basically a way of playing back and hearing and adjusting accordingly to what you like. So we basically play the sound, and then we can fiddle. We can make it very short, clicky. We can make it longer. We can make it more punchier or less punchier. Then we can use envelope to adjust the envelope of the kick. Let's add a bit of release. Release is just whenever the note is not playing. It's basically a tail after the note stops playing. So by adjusting the note length, you can adjust the length of the kick if you hear it. You can make it very long or very short and snappy. So yeah, I'll leave it around there. Then from there you can play around. You can add a ton of stuff. You can add, no, probably not hyper dimension, but definitely you can compress it if you like. You can multi-band it, distort it, do whatever. Distortion, quite good on kicks. With it, without it. So I tend to use distortion afterwards. Basically, my kick would contain at least 2 layers. So this would be the bottom. I would call it bottom. And then I would create another track, another MIDI track. To create MIDI track, by the way, it's Shift Command track, which is T, and we would create a MIDI track. Then I would drop in a drum rack, then drop in a sample. Any sample will do, like any kick sample, and then copy the MIDI note information, and then make sure the MIDI hits the right note. So now you got two kicks playing together basically. So then adjust the envelope accordingly. basic low cut. A little bit too much on high end. And there you have it. Beefy kick that's got a top end layer, bottom end. Call this top as well, by the way. Top. Group this together. Command G. Call this kick. We can rename this as well. Rename this. And color code this as well, so we know this is our kick. And then basically you can, if you don't like this top end, this sample, whatever, you can type kick in your search bar, go to all results, and then find the kick that you like. Try and search for the kick that's got that bit of top end. This one, for example. See, this got completely different vibe. And you undo this, and then you can basically command, Alt Shift and copy this pad onto another slot, and then you can basically drag another kick, and now you got two different top end kicks. Copy another time and drag another kick, and then you can basically swap these as your track is playing and get, you know, completely different kick each time. Like, you would adjust accordingly to the way your track progressing. Kick is the key of a dance music, pretty much. So making sure it's a correct kick to, you know, appropriate kick for the track, it will make or break a track pretty much. So you can do this as many times as you want. You can duplicate this and, let's say, use a different kick, different top end. You can basically see now this, and this playing together, and that's going to give you completely different, unique sort of kick, unique vibe. But for the sake of this track, we'll make it simple. Let's use this first one because it's got like a little bit more high end to it. And that's it, and that's your kick. In the next lesson, we'll make my favorite thing, which is the bass line.